child support court robbed me for $30,000 and my son. Here's what they don't tell you about child support court. In America, you're supposed to officially be served with court papers before a judge can legally make you pay anything. That means you have to be handed the papers or at least have proof that you got them. But in my case, and thousands of others like mine, no one was ever served. Not a signature, no affidavit, no nothing. They have nothing on record that we were served, which is illegal because in order when you're doing court, the procedure is you have to keep the record that they were served. But it gets darker. They often use threats saying you'll go to jail, saying you'll lose your driver's license, or you'll face a bunch of other punishments unless you show up and you agree to pay. That's coercion. That's showing up to court under duress. So you wouldn't normally show up, but because they threaten you, now you feel the need to show up. And here's the truth, y'all. It's illegal to put someone in jail over a debt. But child support court does it every day. And they justify it by pretending that that court order is valid, even when there's no proof that you were served. The law says that you have to show proof that you were served. They don't have the proof. So how is it valid? That's not justice. That's fraud in disguise. These actors are frauding us out of our money, and the court still moves forward anyway. They issued a support order without proof that I was even notified. That's illegal. It means the whole order is void from the beginning. From the very start, the order is void. But here goes the dirty part. The order is void, but they still use that fake order to start garnishing my checks weekly for years. I'm talking almost $30,000 taken without a valid court order. That's not just unfair, y'all. That's fraud. It's happening to people every day. They don't know the rules that they're being robbed under. This is fraud. This is why I say child support is rigged, because it's rigged against us. And here's where it gets even worse. There's a federal program called the Title 4D. Under this program, the government literally pays each state a bonus for every child support case that they open and money they collect. So let that sink in. The federal government is paying the state to put you on child support and collect money from you. And they're not paying them just some little small money. It's not some little small incentive. We're talking about millions of dollars. In New York, they actually have a performance quota. Paternity must be established, orders must be enforced, and payments must come in, even if the original court order was void or never legally served. So once they got you on a hook, they want to get that money so they can meet their quota. So what happens is, if you lose your job, tough luck. The court won't reduce your payments because if they do, they risk missing their quota. This means no federal bonus, no money. So they have certain thresholds that they must collect each year. If they let you go, they might miss their threshold. Think about that. Judges, clerks, and even agencies are all being rewarded based on how much money they collect from people. Even if it bankrupts the people or if it costs them their license, that's not a fair trial. That's a conflict of interest. And it violates the 14th Amendment right to due process. So the 14th Amendment right says we all have the right to a fair trial. But they don't want justice. They just want their federal check. So how are we going to get a fair trial? That's why they violated our 14th Amendment rights. We have the right to a fair trial, so that means we shouldn't have biased judges. We shouldn't have judges who in the back of their mind are thinking, if I let this person's case go, we might fall under our quota. We might not get our bonus at the end of the year. Last year, we got $80 million for them bonuses. I don't want to miss out on that bonus. Do you honestly think they're going to let your case go? When they want to feed their family, they want to buy boats, they want to buy houses, new cars, drop-top convertibles. Do you think they're going to let you go because you lost your job, because you broke your arm and you can't do construction now? No, they don't have any sympathy for your case. They only care about their pockets. They only care about getting paid by the federal government, who is paying them to put people on child support, and then they're going to reimburse them money at the end of the year. They're giving them 63 cents on every dollar they collect back. So of course they want to rake as many dollars as they can because they know that the federal government is going to pay them 63 cents off of every dollar they collect. Let that sink in. And you coming in and you want a fair trial, Your Honor, can you please, I got proof. The worst part wasn't the $30,000 they took from me. It was them stealing my son. After I started exposing how the child support system operates under the federal Title 4D incentives, and I submitted documents to show the fraud, they retaliated. In court, they ignored every piece of evidence I submitted. They allowed biased witnesses to testify. I'm talking about people I have lawsuits against. In any court, they'll tell you that nobody can testify against you if you have an open lawsuit against them. They still allowed this, while silencing my side completely. I had my mom testifying, my wife, I had other people, specialists, psychologists. They ignored it all. Then came the most outrageous part. The magistrate that's overseeing my whole custody case is married to a convicted child offender. She even allows him around her own children. Yet somehow, she claimed I wasn't fit to be in my son's life, even though I have no history of drugs, violence, or abuse. But I'm not allowed to be in my son's life, but your sex offender husband is? This wasn't justice, y'all. This was punishment. This was retaliation for daring to expose a system rigged for profit, a system funded by the federal government through bonuses for child support collections. Let that sink in. What happened to me is bigger than a custody case. It's a civil RICO, and my federal lawsuit is just the beginning to exposing the corruption that goes down in the family court system. So I need everybody to get behind me. I'm about to expose this. If I win my case, that means hundreds and thousands of fathers will be able to go back and look into their case. The court system will have to go look back into everybody's case to see if there was proper proof of service. If your case doesn't have proper proof of service, they will have to go through and drop that case. And if they didn't, you could take them to court. And if I win my lawsuit, you'll be able to cite my case. So you'll be able to cite my case in your paperwork as a proven successful case that proved this. And the judge will have to take that into consideration and look at that as law, case law. So it's very important that I win. When I say it's going to change the trajectory of how child support is, because it is. Because a lot of people, it's going to be a madhouse if I win this case. So that's why they're doing everything in their power, because they don't have everybody's proof of service on file, and they know it. Everybody's proof of service is not on file, they're gonna have to dismiss and pay them their money back. So any money paid to that child support case will have to go back if they don't have a proof of service on deck. So my lawsuit is about to be monumental. All I ask is for your support. Thank you.